So today I want to talk to you about how to develop your ear.
Every moment is a teachable moment.
A lot of times we have to self-direct in our booth, and a lot of times we'll be given the direction to make it conversational, like you're talking to your friend. And that is probably one of the most difficult things for a voice actor to do, is to take those words and make them believable and sound like they're just organically coming from you. A lot of times when I work with students, I'll have them listen to the melody of conversation. And until you can actually hear the melody of conversation, it's really hard to develop your ear. It's not typically something that will happen overnight. And it takes a lot of practice. I'm sure many of you have gone in the booth, recorded an audition, listened to it hours later and said, whoa, I thought I nailed that. Or what was I thinking? It really helps to develop your ear for specific sounds, especially when you're doing self-direction. So the number one tip that I can give to you while you are trying to develop an ear is to listen. Right? Not just listen to yourself, but go to commercials, go to channels on YouTube where you know there are really amazing talent, amazing actors out there that just sound amazing, authentic, believable, and really, with a critical ear, listen to them. And if it's possible, if you can listen to them and turn down the music, or maybe even download the sound file and, edit it to take out the music so you can actually hear them talking, telling the story, delivering it with authenticity, and with a storyline and a conversational tone, that's really going to help you. It may not be done in a day. It may not be done in 3 days. It's certainly not going to be done in a week. It is something that I believe that you can develop over time. It may take 6 months. It may take a year. And you will ultimately, if you concentrate and focus on listening to really amazing actors tell their stories, and listen carefully without music, without any other distractions that might be, taking away your focus, that will absolutely help you to start to develop an ear for conversation. The other thing is to record yourself talking to a friend, a conversation maybe on Zoom, or a conversation that you have on, Skype, or whatever video platform that you're using. Go ahead and just listen to that recording again and listen to an interaction back and forth. And that will really kind of help you to develop an ear for conversational melody. And you're going to understand that there is specific rhythms, there is specific inflections that happen when we're speaking organically, when we're speaking conversationally, versus when we are reading a script, or versus when we are trying to perform a script and we have a melody in our head. And I think that we've really been developing an ear all of our lives, right? Because we've been listening to commercials, we've been listening to performances on the television, on radio, and we have a certain melody in our head as to what we think it should sound like. Well, I want you to really start to listen now to people that you look up to, that you admire, that you believe are amazing actors, and really hear what they're saying and then break it down melodically. You'll notice that in conversation, or when somebody's being very authentic, or they're being very engaging, they're not always excited, they're not sing-songy, their melody is not wavering all over the place. What they tend to do when they're very emphatic or they're very passionate about what they say is they will lengthen their words. You'll also hear an emotion attached to that as well. So it's not enough to just say a word and lengthen that word and maybe inflect upward on that word. And a lot of times you're going to inflect upward on that word, but it's not going to be a huge note. It's just going to be, this is really important. It's not going to be, this is really important, because then that evokes a different emotion from you. Go and listen. The number one tip is go and listen to voice actors, to actors, performers that you feel are authentic, believable. Really go ahead and dissect that melody, and then listen to conversations between you and your friends, and then go ahead and take those scripts and practice them and see if you can really hear a difference between reading that script, actually acting in that script, and actually having a conversation with the listener in that script. So go ahead and construct the scene, be the actor, and also be the person that you're talking to. And that will help you to construct a conversation to help you fit those words into your conversation that you are going to have within your scene. For more tips on performance, make sure to check out my videos here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next week.